Alright, so let's look at how a CWR file is structured. At the very top, there's the HDR line, the transmission header. Then at the very bottom, you got the TRL, the transmission trailer, so the end of the file. Now, between those two, you've got the actual content, the copyright data you're trying to share. And this is grouped into what CWR calls groups. You don't need to care too much about groups in daily work, honestly, but just for context, each group starts with a GRH, group header, and ends with a GRT, group trailer. Why do you have these groups? Because you can mix and match different types of copyright data in a single CWR file. The GRT at the end also has a line count and a transaction count. Now, inside the group, and that's the interesting part, each transaction, so copyright data block, starts with either an NWR record, that's a new work registration, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a new work and it has to be a registration. It just means general, this is copyright data. And then comes a sequence of records which we will go into in further videos, all in a very strict order. Sometimes you might see copyright data blocks not starting with NWR, but with REV, like revision. And this is meant to indicate that this is an updated work information that was previously shared as a new work information using NWR. However, having said that, be aware that a lot of IT systems from publishers or societies even do not actually differentiate between NWR and revision. They'd rather rely on other data like a work ID provided in an XREF record and similar means to identify whether this is updated work information.